Hey, what's up, guys? I am Adam from Lazy Guy DIY and the Builders Challenge, and we are here for week 2. That is our second week of the 11th season of the Builders Challenge. So thanks, guys, for joining us. As you're joining and watching, remember that you can leave comments and questions, and we will be able to see those, so make sure you say hi. And if you have questions for our panel, who we'll introduce here in just a second, that will enter you to win a prize back from our friends from Bessey Tool. So with that said, we're going to do our introductions, but like we did last week, we did something a little fun where we had you tell who you were, where you're from, and then last week we did fun little porn names from your middle name and your first car. But this week, due to current events, especially because I live in Virginia, what is the strangest thing that you have seen people fill gasoline up with on the internet right now? And I will say that my favorite one is the lady with the shopping bag or the laundry basket where she was pouring gasoline in there. So, Danette, you get to go first.
Hi, I'm Danette from Bessey. Okay, we watched one. It was a lady. She had just grocery bags, and she was just filling like her plastic grocery bags and then trying to put them in her trunk. So, did not go well.
They are made out of the same base product, so they will degrade each other and not work. And everybody knows that those plastic bags always have holes in them.
Absolutely.
I see 2 Elm Build says they saw somebody try to fill a cardboard box. Okay. People.
Nice.
All right, Mike.
Hi, I'm Mike from Kreg Tool. I don't know if this was real or not, but I saw a back of a pickup truck with what looked like clear construction bags full of it, tied in knots at the top. So it might be a hoax. I don't know.
I'm good for it. All right, Mooses.
So I can't say bags because that's what everyone else said, but I saw like them big storage totes that when you fill with gas are going to weigh 100 pounds. And then how do the people that put it in the plastic bags plan to get it out of the bag?
Who knows? And that's it. I've seen, like those big commercial grade like mower things where they have the big plastic water bins or like soaker bin type things. I've seen pictures of somebody trying to fill those things as well. So you can never use that product again. Again, it's made of plastic, so you can never get the gas out of that and spread it on your lawn, whatever was supposed to go in there. And then I guess you have the little spigot, so I guess you can divvy it out that way. But that's all right. Well, since it is week 2 of the Builders Challenge, we want to talk about what we've been working on. I was supposed to give pictures, but I did not show my progress. Sorry, Rachel, who's scowling at me off camera right now. But what we can do is, do we have anything of the mooses that we can show their progress right now? Nope, Rachel. Oh, no. There we go. So do you, Jeff and Jess, you want to tell a little bit about your build?
Yeah, I mean, the theme was something you could sit on, and the first thing that popped into our head was a love seat. And I really like the modern furniture, so that's just kind of what we went with.
So tell us a little bit, what are you making it out of? And you're doing custom cushion and stuff too, right?
Yeah, it's all walnut. And then I use some low-grade walnut for all the slats. It's like all the sap part of the wood. And then we actually got the cover on Etsy. And then Jess just got some
high-density foam on Amazon. Filled them.
Perfect. And so if you were to enter a category, if you were a contestant right now, have you done certain types of joinery that you should be in the advanced category of the intermediate? Are you novice? Are you where would you enter? What have you all done to put this together?
I really like my domino.
No, that counts. That's the type of joinery. No, that works. So you're dominoing pretty much everything with it?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, we got a couple more people join. Just remember, guys, to leave comments, say hello, leave questions, and you're entered to win a prize back from Bessey tonight. So we'll see it, and we want to have questions from you guys tonight as well. Absolutely to answer, because we have our friends from Bessey and Kreg Tool as well. And of course, the mooses, or moose, as we should say, rather than moose eye or whatever it is. So, all right, Rachel, one more thing we're going to show is one of our team members has actually finished their build right now, which is amazing, which is Tamara from 3x3 Custom. She's not able to join us, but this thing is crazy. Because what she's done is, I kept telling her it was a giant mailbox, but it was a specific type of plywood. I forget what she said it was, but you can actually bend it and form it. It's multiple layers. It's almost like foamy looking. And she has finished her sit on it build right now, which is insane. So I am nowhere near that part. So let's see. We have our first question. Let's see, can we enter, this is from Ryan, can we enter the intermediate level even if we check all 3 boxes for the finest craftsman? So yeah, so the great thing about with finest craftsman or intermediate, it's depending on which prize pack you want to enter for. So those, you get to choose and submit which one you want to go for if you meet the qualifications. It's if you're in the novice and shouldn't be in the novice, then we'll boot you out of there and move you up to the next one. We're glad that you're willing to try either one, but it's honestly whichever category you want to go for, and kind of go from there. So let's see. Let's talk. Our friends from Bessey and Kreg. Are there any new things, any new fun things coming down the pipeline that you all want to talk about, or any new products that we want to talk about real quick?
Go ahead, Bessey.
Nothing that I'm aware of at the moment. Things stay pretty secret from Germany until they're ready to be released. But I know they're always working on stuff there, so something I'm sure will be coming soon.
And I actually just got the little corner clamps here. It just came this week that I'm trying out. So
good.
I'm excited to share those and hopefully get plenty of video or something I can upload so people can check those out. So those were a nice surprise that just came in the mail. So Mike, you actually have a question right now for Kreg. So which jigs should someone buy? What's the difference? And I know there's a bunch of different ones, but what would you recommend right now?
That's a great question. We actually, about a month or so ago, just did some content on, it's a comparative chart on which jig to select. So it kind of separates now with the new ones, the 720 and the 520 and the 320, they're real clear kind of distinctions. Just generally, the 720 and the 720 Pro are kind of a base camp or a bench top type of version, something that you can lock down if you have a dedicated space. Obviously, it's mobile too. You can use it in a couple different directions. The 520, really versatile. Use it anywhere. I had to repair a roof of my shed, and I used it to do some of the 2x4 roof joists. And then the 320, super mobile. Take it apart. It's great for repairs. Smaller projects. That's still a good little workhorse too. So. Off the top of my head, I can't remember exactly how you navigate to that on Kreg Tool, but you dig around there and you should be able to find it. So it's kind of a cool graph chart, and it lays them all out and kind of the best way to approach them.
And I know I've used the 520 and the 720. I haven't used the 320 yet, but the 520, I like it with the little trigger grip there, tightens up. And then I was very surprised with the 720, kind of like the Foreman, where it adjusts to the depth or the thickness of the wood. I was like, where's my depth gauge? What am I doing here? And I was like, I'm just gonna slam something in here and go. And it worked. So
yeah, we get some great engineers that are working on some innovative stuff. So
perfect. So I think what we can do here, because we want to get some more questions from folks that are watching. So keep asking questions. Keep asking questions, absolutely, because we want to answer those. And Rachel's going to pop those up as well. Let me see real quick. So another Kreg question here. Does my experience level matter on the type of Kreg jig I should buy? If I'm novice, what's the best one to buy?
If you're novice, all the jigs function really the same way, and they produce the same end result, pocket hole. It's more about what your comfort level is. I think it's always good to start. The 320 is a great entry level. it gets you used to pocket holes and just building in general. As you get more proficient, you build more projects, you want to be a little more efficient, then that's really kind of a good time to step up to the 520 or the 720. So the 320 is just a great way to get into it. It's really pretty affordable. So it does all the same stuff as the other ones.
So you're saying you should not start with the Foreman, right?
No, go by the Foreman.
Okay, start with the Foreman.
We have some
There you go.
industrial machines that we could.
I know that the very first one that I bought was the little single ones with the
Yeah.
tiny lamp that was from the infomercial, and I had it for about a year, and then I bought it from an infomercial actually, and then I was like, oh yeah, I'm doing picture frames. I can use this. This will be perfect.
Yeah.
So that's perfect. Oh, I should ask also while we're at it, what is everybody drinking tonight? And I will say tonight I'm drinking. I don't know how to say it at all, but it's called a High Neighbor when you look at the other side of it. So am I the only one having a drink tonight?
No, not to my. Sorry to interrupt. Not to my Wisconsin
beer
friends. Little PBR tonight.
All right. It does have a blue ribbon.
It does.
I have rum chata tonight.
All right. And the mooses, what'd you say you had?
I don't know the brand Big Brother, but it's like a root beer.
Ooh.
They're all right. You can drink a few of them.
And a truly the drink of makers.
Oh, it is.
It is. I don't know how. I was tempted to get some tonight, but I did not, just because I couldn't bring myself to drinking hard seltzer. Sorry.
I can't.
Nope.
Can't do
They're
it.
fun, tropical punch one.
That's all right. All right.
More flavor.
Yes, they do. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to actually play our game for you guys. And so in the meantime, while the games are happening, we want everybody that's watching to play along as well and guess. And I'll say what the game is here in a minute. And then again, still ask questions for our panel here. If you have questions about Builders Challenge, go ahead and ask those as well. So our game tonight, because our category, our theme for the Builders Challenge is sit on it, we're going to show some famous chairs or some sort of famous seat, and we want you guys to guess what it's from. And when Rachel puts it up here, we'll put one, and we'll give you guys a chance to answer. We'll give everybody watching a chance to answer as well, and we'll see if you guys can nail it. So Rachel, with our easy warm-up here, what is our first one? Okay, what is this one, guys? What's our favorite seat? What's it from? Do we need to show it again?
Friends.
Is that our final answer here?
Final answer.
The Friends
I
couch.
agree.
That is correct. It is the couch
I had no
from
idea.
Friends. So it looks like we had, let's see, Mark Hanford got the Friends couch as well in here. So good job, Mark. All right. What is our next one, Rachel? Rachel was so excited to add this one.
Oh, Pee-wee's Playhouse.
What is the name of it?
Oh no, Cherry.
You got it. That's it. Jerry from Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Did I just age myself?
No. It's the fact that Rachel and I had it on there too. It's all right. The mooses are like, what is Pee-wee? He's the guy that kicked out of a movie theater for something else. So it's all right.
No, I know that about Pee-wee.
All right. He was in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That still ages also, the movie. So, okay, Rachel, what is our next famous seat? All right. Does anybody have any guess what this one is? Anybody online? Anybody watching? What is our famous seat there? It's a little dark and ominous. Do we need to give a hint? Well, I can tell you, you have two choices. You can take the red pill or you can take the blue pill.
Matrix.
That's right. It's Morpheus's chair from the Matrix.
Oh, you got it.
All right, Rachel, what's our next one here? This will age everybody as well.
Oh, Beetlejuice. No?
You
Yes,
got it.
thank you.
That's it. You got it. It's one of the sculpture chairs from Beetlejuice. No sandworms in the background, though. Everybody's safe. All right. What is our next one? Everybody should get this one.
Oh, that's a toughie.
Game of Thrones. Oh.
That's right. The Iron Throne. Okay. What is our next one? I don't think we have too many left here. We're running out. This is an Eames chair, I bet.
That's Mork's chair, isn't it?
That's a good guess, but it's not.
No.
We have to show it one more time. And the one hint that I can give about this is that if you don't remember it, maybe somebody flashed a little light electronic in front of you and wiped your memory.
Ooh, Men in Black.
Yep. And Mark and Jeff got this as well. So good job, guys.
Mark?
And Rachel, do we have one more or two more? That's it. Okay. Here's our last one. Any guesses?
Field of Dreams.
You got it.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Holy cow! I haven't
Those are
seen
the
that in a
bleachers
while.
from Field of Dreams. So if you got any wrong, have a drink. If you got some right, have a drink.
See, somebody else thought it was Mork's chair too.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't the only one.
Definitely aging everybody there. All right, so that was our game. So what we need now is we need a few more questions from you guys. So we have, like I said, we have Bessey on here. We have Kreg. We have 2 mooses. So let's grab a few more questions here, and then we'll actually wrap up our lives. It's a pretty quick one here tonight. So Jeff, what is your? Or this is from Jeff. What is your favorite type of wood to build with? I should have known that was Jeff asking the question and not Jeff with 1 F here from 2 Mooses. So 2 Moose starts off. What is your favorite type of wood to build with?
Walnut. Everyone loves walnut. Walnut number 1. Man, I've really been liking cherry. What else do we use a lot of? Walnut and cherry is probably the 2 big ones.
Yeah.
Black Limba's pretty cool. It's kind of an exotic. It's kind of got like that spalted maple feel.
Absolutely. And I would say from my part too, walnut's my big one I like to build with. But then maple is my big one. We get a lot of maple around here, and it's spalted maple too. So you get lots of this
Hard to
little.
find. It can be tough to work with too, because you can get all punky.
Oh yeah, but I've made a couple, 4 or 5 things out of it. And actually, with my build right now, some of the highlights on it are spalted maple. So I'm pretty excited to work with that. Mike, what's your favorite?
That's a tough one. I'd probably have to follow Jeff, and it's kind of a tie between walnut and cherry for me. Most of what I've been building lately has been Baltic birch plywood, though. A lot of stuff out of Baltic.
Well, that's also, I know around here in Virginia, that's one of the toughest things to find is the Baltic birch plywood. Like, there's maybe one distributor, and you're lucky if you can find it. You have to get notifications, and everybody is like, whew,
yeah,
they suck up and get it.
Yeah, and it has to be the 5x5 stuff. The 4x8s are a little bit different. The edge grain's not as clear, but yeah, those are kind of my favorites.
We'll see those posts come up on Facebook, and people are like, if they have it here, and then the groups just everybody runs and grabs it. So let me see here. I just saw a question for Danette here. So if you can never have enough clamps, obviously, but if you're kind of on a tight budget, which clamp would you recommend, or type of clamps would you recommend for somebody to pick up?
Probably somebody who actually uses them could probably jump in here too and answer as well. But I would say our trigger clamps, the EHK series of trigger clamp, because we have all different strengths and sizes of those, so we have a pretty wide range. They're also fairly affordable, so to have a good amount of those on hand would be quite good. Any bar clamps, the sliding arm, and then when you can start getting into the parallel clamps and the Revos, you could also invest in getting the extenders to join 2 of the Revos together, so you don't have to go out and get the really long ones for those, a few times that you might need it. You can use the extenders to join them together. Adam, if you have any other recommendations?
Yeah, I would. It's funny because people always told me that you should get the pipe clamps, and you just buy your pipe and put those on there. And I never did that. just because they were always just so big and cumbersome. I was always afraid that I didn't have I would have to go buy pipe and then cut it to the size and everything else. But the trigger clamps by far have been like the best thing, like starting out for woodworking, just smaller projects, and then from there have always been my favorite. And then just the little K bodies or F clamps. Sorry, the F clamps were always my next step up from there.
I agree. The trigger, that's what we started with. We bought a bunch of trigger clamps, and they're by far the most versatile. The bar clamps, the pipe clamps where you buy the thing to screw on, them are okay. But by the time you buy the clamp and all that stuff, they're not as affordable. You might just spend $5-10 more and buy a nice clamp. And then there's the parallel clamps, which them are really nice if you're doing a lot of panels, but they're pretty limited to just kind of panel glue ups. But for panels, they're amazing.
Mm-hmm. So, Mike, question for you.
Yep.
Since Kreg has found a lot of new tools out recently, is there any hints of something new that might be coming? I know you probably can't share anything, but
engineering and product development teams been working quite a bit. There's some stuff coming out. I don't believe we have a solid date yet, but what we're trying to do is just kind of fill out those. There are a lot of, well, I'm trying to measure this a little bit. So,
you've heard it here. You heard it here first.
Some fun stuff. It'll be really affordable. A lot of everyday use, really functional type of thing. So, some exciting stuff. Yeah.
Perfect. So another question here for everybody. So what is from Mark? What is the next tool I should buy? A bandsaw, a drum sander, or a joiner, or none of the above? So Mooses, let's start this at you.
100% the joiner. A bandsaw is great, but you can get a jigsaw, and I mean, for just cutting out shape and stuff is just fine. A drum sander is wonderful, but until you have a joiner and a planer, I would not get a drum sander. Unless you're doing like a ton of end grain cutting boards or something, 100% get a joiner.
So I actually had this conversation with Rachel recently where we were talking about what she should get next as well. And I told her I was against the joiner, and that's one of the least used tools that I use in my shop, but just mainly because of the type of builds that I do. And I told her to go bandsaw, and because then usually what I'll do is I'll rip something up dimensionally with a track saw or something along those lines, or running through my table saw to square up edges when I really should be using my joiner. But that is strictly because of the size of my shop, and my joiner is like in a tiny little corner, and I just have no room to run big stuff through. But it's good to hear that somebody else is contrary to what I said and steered Rachel the wrong direction.
It's definitely what you build. Like 98% of what I do is panel glue up. So just zipping them through the joiner is amazing.
Yeah, I agree with Jeff. That's really the next best tool in that list. So most functional.
Good. Danette, question for you. Do you woodwork or DIY at all?
I do not. I'm probably one of the least handy people.
That's okay. Hey, but your channel though, I love watching all your trips when we can travel and do lots of traveling all over the place.
I can't wait.
Very envious.
I can't wait. We've canceled 4, so I'm.
Oh no.
One day.
You've traveled more than most people I know, so you're taking a slight time out to reload and then go back again.
That's it. Reload.
Perfect. So we're going to take a few more questions here. We're actually going to wrap up here in a few minutes because this half an hour is flying by. Let's see here. Another question. Mike, we love the season 9 outdoor bench you designed for the Builders Challenge team. Do you have a website where people, where you create plans on, or is it just all in Build Something?
So we just recently transferred all the plan work from Build Something to KregTool.com. I believe it's /plans. And we're in the process of building out more skill videos and educational content to help support those as well. I personally don't do plans. I do commission stuff, but all that stuff is the plan work I keep for work. It's kind of fun.
And it's always, I know Rachel and I have taken a tour of your shop there at Kreg, and you've got plenty of fun stuff to work with, and you have multiple shops that you can go play in as well.
Yeah.
So we'll have to get another trip to Iowa soon.
Yeah, we are. We're actually this September. Kreg is building a new corporate campus. It's about 15 miles south of where we are right now in Huxley. It's in a northern suburb of Des Moines called Ankeny. It's absolutely stunning building. So we'll be sharing more of that on social as we get closer to the finish. But definitely have to come and take a tour.
Absolutely. Will it come with the basketball court like the last one?
Unfortunately, no. That's not coming with it.
Oh, no.
I wish we could never use that.
So insider information, if you go to Craig's facility now, there's like this awesome like high school basketball court.
Gorgeous.
It is not getting used for basketball, it looked like, because there's like lots of classes and sampling and stuff out there, right?
Yeah, it was a building that was across the street from the other two buildings that we had, and it was like a sports training place for student athletes or high school athletes and things like that. But yeah, we had meetings in there. That was kind of the extent of it.
That's all right. I'd kick everybody out and take, like your recess when you have your Miller time at the end of the day or whatever. So Danette, we have to go to Bessey next. We've been all over the place, so we'll have to go visit Bessey's facility next.
Well, if you can go to Germany, that would be the better place probably to go.
I didn't say where we had to go, so I am happy to go to Germany.
That's fine. Take me with you. I haven't been there either.
Okay, so let's get this on the calendar right now.
Okay.
So we'll take a Builders Challenge trip. We'll go to Germany. You can show us all the cool places everywhere else, and then you can take us to headquarters there. All right?
That sounds like a plan. That could be fun.
Awesome. And another comment here I just saw from Tiffany. Tiffany loves the plans from Kreg. And I know that actually one of the first things that I ever did on Instagram was a plan that I'm absolutely embarrassed of. But Kreg was and Build Something was one of the first groups that ever reached out to me. And I remember trying to hit the deadline.
Yeah.
And I built like a sewing station or something like that. And I had to get it at midnight. And then we had a massive downpour. And when I'm trying to get this thing from my shop to inside, it's raining so hard. It rained so hard that it flooded our basement and pushed the basement door open. And there's like 3 or 4 inches of water in the basement. And I was like, I have to get these pictures done now and post this to the website and upload it. And I still think I missed the deadline. I'm so sorry. This is my only time I've ever done this, and I failed you all. Sorry.
No, it's all good.
All right, we're going to take a last call for questions here. We're about 2 minutes left. Otherwise, we'll close this out and have a cheers and throw everybody on the way. And Mooses, how many pets do you currently have with you right now?
All of them?
2 cats,
5.
2 dogs, and then this little girl will be ready for adoption in like a couple of weeks. We're fostering her.
Oh,
Man.
And I'm luckily my wife, who's a veterinarian, has stopped bringing pets home. But I know she's had a thing for raccoons right now, and we're not going to bring raccoons home. I don't think we're even allowed to have them. But she keeps showing me things with baby raccoons, and I keep telling her no. We're not having them.
So naughty.
Man.
Let's see here. Tiffany had a quick question. It says, is there anything special any judges are looking for this time around? And Mike, I should mention that Mike is a judge also of our novice category with Joni, who was on last week. So Mike, is there anything that you're looking for specifically in the novice category builds?
I honestly, it was amazing. The last time I was able to, well, I guess it was the first and only time, but just to participate in the Builders Challenge, I was so impressed with the entire spectrum of skill levels and what people did. It's really hard to say. It's sometimes it's just, they speak to you. Craftsmanship is always kind of at the forefront, trying just to challenge yourself and do the best that you can for each category. And that kind of, I think that speaks itself. It comes through. So that's, it's a fun experience. It was really enjoyable. I'm excited to do this one too.
So I'll let you know that Joni's response was that she didn't want any sloppy butts, as in butt joints, was her, was her response. So, yours was much more sentimental than hers, but she was the first time for a judge. So that's all right. So the last question here is for me is, am I gonna finish my build in time? And I don't know. I would like to. I'm planning on it. We also have a baby that's due any day now, so I will lie and say the baby came. Just so if I don't get it done in time, I'll be like, oh, the baby came. Sorry, I didn't finish the build, but I will finish it. I will attempt. I have all the difficult parts finished. It's just all building the base and frame of it. So wait, we have one more question. Rachel, what's our last question? Okay, if I want to learn new joints, what's a good start? Where do you go to find them? What's the best one to start with? And whoever wants to jump on that one.
Good question.
I guess, where do you start with joints though? I mean, I guess I would say most people start out with the Kreg jig. I mean, that's kind of where I feel most people start. I would say once you kind of want to move past, I mean, I still use the Kreg jig a lot too, but I would say like dados and stuff like that, because you can easily cut dado passes on your table saw, and then
or even slide and miter too. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, miters can be hard right away. I would say dados and miters, and then just go from there. You can always dowel. Dowel's good if you want to learn how to work up to the domino. I would definitely start learning how to do more advanced joinery before you buy a domino, if that's in the budget, just so you actually understand how things work and you're not just putting dominoes everywhere.
Yeah, like the through dowel is like my big one that I like to do for like a new one, especially if you do like through a lap, like a half lap or something like that, and then you throw a dowel through the middle of it. That's usually my next upgrade for somebody I recommend. Pretty easy to do.
Yeah, I would agree with Jeff too. I think dados and rabbits, that's easy to accomplish with a straight edge and even a small router. Or a table saw, and just you don't have to have a dado blade for it, just multiple passes. Yeah, that's kind of a good progression, I think.
And one of the follow-up questions to that is somebody wants to know an Instagram recommendation for somebody that wants to do joinery and watch, and that's 100% Tamar from 3x3 Custom. Tamar on our team does amazing jigs. She the way she sort of figures out how to do the different like advanced joinery and stuff, she makes it so approachable for everybody. So everybody already follows Tamar anyway. She's at 100,000 followers, but check her out anyway. She is a good follow and has amazing videos you can see. So I think we're 3 minutes over. Holy cow. So what we'll do is real quick, just say where you're from, where they can find you, and then we'll say our good nights. So Danette, where can people find you?
On Instagram at Bessey Tools North America, or sorry, Bessey Tools _ North America.
Not to be imitated.
That's right.
All right, Mike.
I'm in Des Moines, Iowa, and I do have an Instagram. It's Mike_Donovan. So come say hi. All
right, and the Mooses.
Just type 2 Moose Design into Google. It will come up on any platform you can think of. We're big on Instagram. We're just doing a big push on YouTube now. So wherever your platform of choice is, check us out.
And it's design, no S on the end, not
There's
too much
no
design.
We are trying to lock down the email. We did lock down the website.
That's somebody else. That's me, and it doesn't respond usually. So, all right, guys, and I'm Adam from Lazy Guy DIY. You can find me on Instagram, YouTube, anywhere else. Make sure you follow the Builders Challenge as well, and subscribe to the Builders Challenge YouTube channel. We're trying to grow that thing as well. So, thank you, guys. We're going to be on next week again. We're going to have one more week of special guests and prizes. And then we will be announcing our winners for the Builders Challenge. So we're excited about that. So one more week to build, guys. Thank you and good night. All right, guys. See you later.